It's been almost 17 years since the last time the Sacramento Kings played a playoff basketball game. The longest active playoff drought in American sports and the longest playoff drought in NBA history. For years, the Kings have felt like the NBA's laughingstock. But now as we're nearing the end of the season, they're the third seed in the West and one of the most electrifying teams in the NBA. They've had arguably the best story of any team this season and have taken the league by storm. But the question on everybody's mind now is, are the Kings the real deal? And are they going to be a threat in the postseason? The Sacramento Kings have had the best offense in the NBA this season at a rating of 118.6, and that rating has jumped up to a ridiculous 122.5 since the beginning of the new year. The Kings offense, led by first-year head coach Mike Brown, who spent his last 6 seasons as an assistant for the Golden State Warriors, is founded on lots of dribble handoffs and cutting. The Kings average the most handoff possessions in the NBA and the third most cutting possessions in the NBA. This shouldn't be surprising though, as the Kings are in constant movement. They are tied for third in distance travel this season, clocking in about 18.5 miles. Whether it be passing, cutting, driving, or handing off, the Kings offense is rarely stagnant, and this makes it incredibly hard for defenses to keep up with them. The Kings are tied for 6th in pace, but ranked top 4 in transition points and 5th in points off a live rebound. And that is in large part due to De'Aaron Fox. Fox has been phenomenal in the fast break this season. Fox is 5th in transition possessions, in the 84th percentile for transition points added, and in the 92nd percentile off a live rebound. Fox is the main motor of the Kings offense, and 23.5% of his shots come before 18 seconds and after 22 seconds, while shooting 58% on those shots. De'Aaron Fox's offensive game as a whole has gone to another level though. He's averaging 25.5 points a game and has been incredible inside the arc. Fox has had arguably the most rim gravity in the NBA this season. He's one of the deadliest finishers in the league, and the numbers show that. Fox finishes on a mind-numbing 77% of shots less than 4 feet from the basket, which ranks him 5th in percentage, only behind players like DeAndre Ayton, Evan Mobley, Nicholas Claxton, and Jarrett Allen, who are all big men. Fox's shifty moveset, lightning quick speed, and tough finishing make him a threat the second he steps inside the arc. Fox also ranks at the top percentile for mid-range shots this season, shooting 51% from the mid-range, which makes him an even more dangerous threat on the drive. Look at how easily he hops back into this pull-up mid-range over Conley. His ability to stop on the drive and nail mid-range makes him that much even harder to guard. What I haven't even mentioned yet is Fox's incredible fourth quarter and clutch scoring. Fox averages the most clutch points per game at 5.5 a game and shoots 55% from the field on clutch shots. A game that I think does a great job of showing how clutch Fox has been this season is their win over Dallas back in February. Fox was against Kyrie Irving, his only rival for Clutch Player of the Year award, and in a close overtime win, Fox scored 26 points in the fourth quarter and overtime. Fox put on a scoring masterclass, weaving through traffic to sink this floater here, Euro stepping around Bullock to float this layup over 3 defenders, and taking right at bigger defenders for tough shots. Fox couldn't be stopped. His bread and butter though was attacking the switch with Powell, using his speed and shooting to expose him every chance he got. With short step backs right over him and quick pull-up jump shots before Powell could contest, Fox was bullying every switch. The other centerpiece of this electric Kings offense has been Domantas Sabonis, who has been just as amazing as Fox in his own right. Sabonis has been playing like a Jokic light for the Kings. He's averaging the second most assists for a center this season and has been this Kings team's primary facilitator. Sabonis is a master of the dribble handoff, using it to create easy buckets for himself and his teammates. Look here how he hands off to Terrence Davis, waits a moment, and then drops to the paint for an easy bucket, or the tons of handoffs he creates with Kevin Huerter. Sabonis has been one of the best facilitators of the NBA this season. He ranks in the 98th percentile for teammates made shots assisted on, and in the 99th percentile in assists to usage ratio. The threat of this dribble handoff is also enough now to scare defenses away, and the Kings have made good use of this. Look how Murray flares up like he's going to take the handoff, but instead fakes and cuts to the basket for an easy dunk. Or hear how the defense is so scared of the handoff between Sabonis and Murray that there's a miscommunication and Barnes is wide open in the paint. And all of this hasn't even mentioned how well Sabonis has been scoring. He's punching it in defenders' faces left and right and is a menace in the paint. Sabonis is shooting 54% on attempts with a defender less than 2 feet from him. It's 68% on shots with a defender within 2 to 4 feet. In general, Sabonis has been shooting 66% on shots less than 10 feet from the basket. Being surrounded by so many shooters and cutters makes Sabonis' life easier too. As when teams choose to help out on Sabonis, they risk leaving a talented shooter or cutter open for a second too long. And if they don't, they leave whoever's in the post on an island to try and stop Sabonis. What makes Fox and Sabonis' lives even easier is just how well the Kings supporting cast has been playing. Kevin Huerter has had a rough second half of the season, but still as a whole has been an amazing addition for the Kings this year. Huerter and Sabonis out of the gate had amazing chemistry, and a lot of Sacramento's dribble handoffs go through them. Huerter averages 3 possessions of the dribble handoff. It scores 3.6 points on those possessions on a crazy 61.5% efficiency rating. Sabonis averages 12 passes passes a game to Herter, nearly 2 assists a game, and he shoots over 45% on 3 from Sabonis passes. Herter brings a lot of gravity to the Kings too, attracting defenders and opening up more lanes for Kings players. Herter's actually struggled a bit this season on catch and shoot attempts as well, only making 37.5% of his catch and shoot 3-point attempts, but he's shooting 43.5% on 3-point pull-ups. This newfound confidence can be seen in his game too. Herter is a lot more confident putting the ball on the floor and scoring. Keegan Murray has proved all of his preseason doubters wrong, filling all the holes Sacramento needed and having a terrific rookie campaign. He's averaging just shy of 12 points and a little over 4.5 rebounds while shooting 45% from the field and 41% from 3. 41% from 3 is ridiculous for a rookie and has been a big reason why Sacramento's been able to have such a spaced out offense. Murray's basketball IQ is arguably the highest in this draft class so far, other than maybe Paolo Banchero's, and his connection with Sabonis is almost as good as Herter's. He's able to make a lot of perfectly timed cuts to be right where Sabonis needs him and find easy baskets. Look at him dropping down to the low post for a quick dunk and then quickly relocating off the pass. Murray and Sabonis have already formed a quick connection. Malik Monk has been an incredible spark plug for this Kings team off the bench too, seeming like he's somehow able to keep up with De'Aaron Fox before leaping for a powerful slam. Monk has also increased his efficiency in the fast break too, helping keep up Sacramento's pace when the bench hits the floor. He's quick, but still patient, and is able to slowly pick at defenses. Harrison Barnes has continued to be a solid to great role player for his team, who's shooting 37.5% from 3, and much like Murray, seems to find himself in the right place at the right time a lot. Trey Lyles has been a really good shooter for this team, and continues to be solid everywhere he goes. And Metu and Mitchell have both shown real potential. This entire Kings roster has all worked together to execute Coach Brown's system, and it's made them the most exciting team in the league. So the real question is, how sustainable is this? Or in other words, can they replicate this level of success and production in the playoffs? This is a Kings team with a lot of questions. This will be their first playoff run, and the team as a whole is pretty young. They also rank bottom 5 in defense and are a high-paced team, and the playoffs are where the games slow down a lot. There's a lot working against the Kings, and like I said, a lot of questions they'll have to answer. But I believe that this success is sustainable. I don't know if it will win them a championship this year, but I certainly don't believe they are a guaranteed first-round exit or an easy playoff matchup. Although yes, the defense is a big problem for this team, they have a lot of talented individual defenders, and specifically in the fourth quarter, the Kings actually jumped to 11th in defensive rating, which still isn't great, but a 15-spot leap is impressive and shows that at least the makings of a solid defense are in there. Like I said, De'Aaron Fox has been the clutchest scorer in the NBA this season. When the lights have been the brightest, Fox has shown up time and time again. On paper and in the eye test, this is an offense built for the playoffs. Sabonis and Fox are both terrific half-court scorers, and Fox is an incredible isolation scorer, so when the pace slows down, the Kings will be prepared. On top of that, the Kings average the second most half-court points per 100 plays in the NBA, and they rank in the top 5 percentile for a percentage of plays actually in the half court. Their non-stop movement-based offense that generates open looks behind the 3-point line and at the rim has already proven that is more than sustainable in the half court and seems like it is playoff ready. The Kings have taken the entire league by storm and immediately become one of the best storylines of the year, and I think it would be foolish to count them out now. They have all the makings of a talented playoff offense. Mike Brown was a part of multiple Golden State championship runs and should have a better understanding of what type of adjustments need to be made in the playoffs. And at the end of the day, how the playoffs go doesn't really matter all that much. Of course, the Kings don't want to be embarrassed on the big stage, but they also are a team that hasn't played a playoff basketball game in nearly 17 years. It's still technically hold the longest playoff drought in American sports. The Kings, as well as Kings fans, are happy to be here, and although it's somewhat taboo to say in the NBA world, we should let them be. The Sacramento Kings are one of the most fun teams in the NBA, and I can't wait to see how well this translates to the playoffs. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. As always, thank you for watching, and peace.